Document Accessibility Top Tips by James Baverstock of AbilityNet. Hello, my name is James and I'm a Principal Accessibility Consultant at AbilityNet. One of my specialisms is document accessibility, and I've worked on AbilityNet's training offering for Microsoft Office, PDF and InDesign accessibility, as well as our accessibility audits for PDF and Office documents. I think document accessibility is a topic that sometimes gets a bit overlooked compared to web accessibility, but it's something that impacts a lot of people and which everyone who creates documents as part of their job can contribute to. I've got 3 top tips today to consider if you're just starting to think about the accessibility of the documents you produce. My first tip is to consider the structure of your documents. If you're writing a document with Word, use appropriate heading styles to mark out sections of your content. Provide a heading 1 for your main heading and nest other headings appropriately so that the structure makes sense. In this document, we can see in the Styles pane that the main heading is styled as a heading 1 and the child heading is correctly styled as a heading 2. Using lists can also help break up your content and make it more readable. We have an example here styled using the word list function. Properly styled headings and lists like these can make your content easier to read for everyone, but will specifically benefit users of screen readers or braille displays by making the structure more accessible to them. My second tip is to always use the Microsoft Accessibility Checker when using Word or other Office applications like PowerPoint, Excel or Outlook. The checker will pick up on a number of important issues, such as images that don't have alternative text defined for screen readers to announce, and instances where you have low color contrast between text and background. We can see some examples in this Word document, which has a number of accessibility issues. If I run the checker from Review, Check Accessibility in the top menu, we can see that it picks up on a number of problems, including that the chart here does not have alternate text and that there is some hard to read text contrast for text like this red additional resources text here and these light blue links. The checker also provides additional information about why issues are a problem, as well as information on how to fix issues specifically. And we can see that if we select the chart, for example, here in the inspection results and choose to add a description, the checker takes us straight through to the alt text box where we can add in our alternative text. And it also provides some guidance on how you can describe objects in your alt text. If you want, you can also keep the accessibility checker running all the time while you work, so you can find issues in real time by ticking this Keep Accessibility Checker Running While I Work checkbox that's available under the inspection results. My third and final tip is that when you create PDFs, always ensure you're producing tagged PDFs. Tags work like invisible labels that tell screen readers which parts of the document are elements like headings, lists or tables, what alternative text has been defined for images, and in what order the content should be announced. When you open up a PDF, you can check the document properties for the tagged PDF field to see if it had been tagged. So for example, here I could go to File and Properties, and then I could see that this is a tagged PDF here. Office applications can produce tagged PDFs by default when you save to PDF, and if you use headings and lists and follow the guidance in the accessibility checker, the accessibility benefits should be passed through to the tagged PDF. Your headings will automatically be tagged as headings, your lists as lists, and so on. Adobe InDesign also has good tooling for producing tagged PDFs if you use that to produce your documents. In Office applications and InDesign, though, you should avoid printing to PDF, as this will not produce tags. So, for example, if I go back to one of our Word documents, I would not want to produce a PDF by going to File and Print, and then choosing Adobe PDF as a print option. Instead, I want to use the Save as Adobe PDF option, or just save as a PDF and choose PDF as my file type. And then you should generate a tagged PDF by default. Note finally that if you are using a different application that produces PDFs or need to procure one, ensure that it can create well-tagged PDFs, as not all applications can do this. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope that this has helped you on your document accessibility journey. Learn about inclusive content practices with AbilityNet's training courses or e-learning modules. Find out more at abilitynet.org.uk/training.